Hello, everybody. We're live. Pacific Crest Trail is happening now. Except it's not. We're taking a day off. So if anybody's watching the rerun of this, or like you might want to fast forward just a tiny bit. Basically, gonna go through the day. I'm not sure how long this is really going to last because not much. Well, I don't know. Maybe a lot did happen today. So we're just gonna go through the tale of the day and kind of go from there. I got a brand new fancy $10 tripod. That's pretty exciting. But that's cool because I was noticing before we were just putting the other phone down in the dirt, and it is just so dirty around here. That's probably not healthy for it. So carry some more weight. So let's see. I went through all of my pack and stuff, and my pack specifically, and I watched all these videos about fitment and stuff, because the pack that I have is supposed to be for like if you're carrying a ton of weight, which I am, and I learned that I am missing a little bit of gear, or excuse me, like a little piece, like the fitment of my pack is a little bit off. So I'm getting that sent to me, which is a good thing. But the good side, the downside is it's gonna take I have to hike 190 miles to get to it. So I think there's a piece that like extends the frame like 4 inches or something like that, and it's really like it looks cheap. Looks like it'd almost make it at a hardware store, but probably not. So I ordered that, so that's gonna be good. But anyway, I'll start and go ahead and go through the whole day here. Are you joining us, Elizabeth?
Yes, I'm gonna get water.
Oh, you're gonna get water. So basically, we took a full day off today, and relaxed a lot. To be honest, today was I consider a good like. So in the hiking community, we call it a 0 day, which is a day we hike 0 miles. Or just like a day off would be the other way to reference it. So today was a 0 day. Today was a day off. Here we have the lovely Pip here
Hello.
in the frame. So that's nice. Hello, welcome.
Thank you.
So let's see. We'll take you all the way through the day in as much detail as possible, and share like the funny things we did today. So first off, last night I like took apart my whole backpack trying to see if I could get the fit better. I made a couple of adjustments. Like, not really is the answer. I pretty much need to order the. Yo, what's up, Jordan? How's it going, man? Nice to see you. We are on the Pacific Crest Trail in Southern California in the town of Idlewild. We took a day off today, which was quite nice. I'm just talking about my backpack. I'm carrying like this insanely heavy backpack, so I can live stream and stuff. So I'm pretty much an insane person. And hi, my name's Blake. I'm insane. So, right?
Yeah.
Today was kind of. I think Elizabeth thought I was insane today.
You had so much sugar.
You think that's what it is?
Yes, I think it was the 2 liter of Pepsi.
Fair.
Is my thought.
Um,
I'm not a doctor, but if
Yeah.
I had to put money on it.
How many coffees did you have today?
One.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, no, that's not true. You had coffee for breakfast, and then you had a coffee at the
Well,
place.
I had a matcha latte. It's not really coffee.
Does that not count?
There's some caffeine in it, but it's not the same as.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I mean, I definitely had more caffeine. You had caffeine too. Whatever. All right. So basically, yeah. So last night I took that apart. I did kind of set stuff up a little different to make the pack a little bit nicer. So that'll be cool. I also ordered the part that I need, but like I said, it's kind of iffy. Like, cause it's like maybe I could have it sent to the next town. The beard is a good look. Like, you like that, Jordan? All right.
I agree. I love the beard.
I did trim the mustache a little bit today because it was kind of getting in my mouth and that was annoying me. But going for a beard, this is really only the second time in my whole life I've even tried to grow a beard. I think I was a little bit too young the last time and I looked like really creepy. So I didn't want to look creepy anymore with my beard, but I'd never even tried it since then. I thought I learned from that experience that a beard is a terrible thing, but I actually like it now. It's kind of fun. It's getting a little bit out of control, but we'll see. I think I'll keep it going for most of the trail. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So So anyway, I got a couple things ordered for my pack. Very excited about that. Man, I wish I could get that thing sooner, but it's kind of a risk because it's like, when are we actually going to get to these places? Where can I send the package? Like, if I send it to a post office, will we be there on the day the post office is open? Blah 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 blah. And if you send it to somebody else, sometimes that gets a little confusing. It seems like it gets bounced around a little bit. Sometimes the hiker packages are a little bit random. But anyway, so I will have it. I just have to hike it like 190 miles to get the piece, which I think will make a significant benefit. But that's okay. We'll be patient and go slow till we get there, and it'll be all good, right? So then, let's see what else. We woke up this morning. We stayed up pretty late. I think we stayed up to like midnight, which is like wild and crazy, like in hiker terms.
It's like 3 a.m. hiker time, yeah.
But it was kind of nice. We were like pretty chill, so we weren't expending a ton of energy or anything like that. Life was good. Let's see what else. We woke up. We made some breakfast. We both contributed for sure. We had an excellent breakfast, I thought.
It was good, yeah.
I mean, it's pretty good. We had toast, and then we had eggs on top of the toast with a little bit of cheese on top of that, and avocado. So an avocado, cheese, egg, open face sandwich.
Yeah.
What's your review?
It was good. Very yummy.
Yeah. It was good. I mean, certainly wasn't the caliber of the breakfast we had yesterday, but it was like probably a tenth of the price, and it was good. It was probably like it was filling as well. We also had oranges and bananas, which was quite good. It was good. Maybe a little bit of for some reason I thought there was hot sauce on there, but I think I'm just imagining that.
No,
We didn't have any hot sauce. So anyway, so we ate breakfast. Elizabeth had a little bit of coffee. I had some cranberry juice with that. That was tasty. So that felt good though. Get a little protein in us early. And then I guess what did we do after that? We like hung out for a little bit. Or did we start doing our errands pretty early?
We like hung out here for a little bit, played on our phones and stuff, and then we went to the coffee shop and stuff.
Oh,
I made a bunch of vlogs, and my mom said beard works for you. Hope you got good rest. We did get good rest. Yes.
Yeah, I feel like today has been quite restful. That's been kind of the theme. So we found out it was only about $1 more than going to the laundromat, and they would just do our laundry for us here. So we were like, might as well do that rather than just hang out in the laundromat for hours.
That was nice.
It was nicer to hang out in the coffee shop for hours because at least they were comfortable chairs and stuff. So anyway, they did our laundry for us here, so that was very nice of them. We have somewhat clean clothes on, which feels good. Definitely cooler today. We have a bit of a cold front. There's also like a wind warning going on, so that's interesting. So we might have some windy conditions over the next couple days. We overheard another hiker. We've met like very briefly a couple times. I don't know. Have we ever like formally met her really?
No, I don't know her name. Like, we've never like introduced ourselves or anything.
But anyway, she seems nice, but she always seems to have, like, every time we've interacted with her or been around her, she seems to be having some sort of, like, crazy gear issues or something like that. But that's okay. I hope that works out for her.
Yeah.
It's certainly, let's see. This is a big thing I've learned about hiking, is that sometimes, particularly in Southern California, you can get extremely lucky and think that you're doing everything right because conditions can be quite ideal sometimes. Like, I think one of the reasons Southern California is such a popular place to live is not only because it's beautiful, like, scenery, but because the weather is astounding here. Like, it tends to be just, like, sunny and nice and, like, lacks rain. There's not really, like, that many bugs. There's not tons of, like, wind all the time. Like, it's such a nice, like, climate. Other than, I mean, obviously hiking it's hard because of the desert, like, sunshine and stuff like that. But if you have a car and stuff, like, the sunshine is, like, really nice. You know, you crank up the AC a little bit if you don't like that. But anyway, I've found with hiking a lot, this is common on the AT too, like, people can brag about their pack weight and, like, be like, oh man, I'm so good at this. But then you get, like, a super windy night and you really have to test, like, say you camp somewhere and you have a trekking pole tent, so it doesn't stand up by itself, and then you have, like, ground that you can't even pound stakes into, and, like, even the concept of, like, setting up your tent really strongly is, like, something a lot of people, like, don't even learn, because your tent will be fine under like 97% of conditions, but that one out of like 33 times or whatever, it will just be like terrible. And if you're not really, if you're not, I don't want to say really good at it, but if you don't at least have like the proper techniques down, you can like either just at one have a terrible night's sleep because it'll just be like super windy and like blowing, or it like blows down and then you don't have a shelter, or in the worst case it like blows down, like, you know, and like rips your tent, right? Like, because especially around here, it's like you are kind of risking, not risking, like it's like you have a big enough place to set up your tent, but like there's sharp plants like within feet of you, like, and if you're really expensive, like all of our tents are like really thin fabric, like you like the nicest ones and the cheapest ones, really, right? So it's like, and it would just like shred it. So like, so anyway, the point I'm making is like there is some skill involved, though you can get away with a lot too. Like, you know what I mean? Like you can kind of risk it on water sometimes, until that one time comes when you like sprain your ankle a little bit. Maybe not even that bad, but it takes you like triple the time you thought to get from one place to another, and you don't have enough water, or again, like you have a big storm when you're exhausted, and not only do you not know how to set up your tent, but like it gets shredded like as a result. So we will try to avoid this. I mean, and sometimes it's unavoidable too. I'm not trying to be down on people. But also I would notice like on something like the Appalachian Trail, you can really risk it. Like I've even met people, thanks, Jordan. Proud of you guys. You're killing it. Peace out. Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Have a good night, Jordan. Good luck with everything. I hope, are you still in the Roaring Fork Valley? You staying there for the summer? You said peace out, so you're probably gone though. So anyway, it's similar to like on the Appalachian Trail, you can get away with it. Like I've met people that don't even bring a shelter at all, like because they just risk it and like sleep in the shelters. Like, you know, you don't need, like, you really can do that. You would only if it's like really rainy or something like that. But again, then you have that time where you time it wrong, the shelter's completely full. Like I've seen people actually sleep usually the Appalachian Trail shelters have like an elevated sleeping platform, but sometimes you can kind of crawl under that, which nobody really
People
does.
sleep under there?
Yeah, I've seen people sleep under
There's
there.
so many creatures.
Yeah,
out there.
it's like so
Oh my
scary.
God.
It's like all gross, like
Ugh.
micro garbage that people have dropped and stuff like
It's
that.
terrifying.
So anyway, like it's kind of like one of those funny things. Like some people, while they do have amazing capabilities, other people might not quite have the skill level, but they kind of brag that they do, because again, they kind of get away with it without, like, you know, without getting caught out. So that can for sure happen on the PCT too. Like you think you're out here, like the grade of the trail is like pretty mellow as far as trail goes, but it's still pretty hardcore. You're having to carry water long distances. It's hot as hell. Like the sun is beating down on you. Like we enjoy it, but like a lot of people, it's not really like maybe as picturesque as they imagined.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, for sure.
So anyway, and then also like there is a huge balance in ultralight gear, like particularly on the Appalachian Trail,
Thank you.
because
I just want to try these.
oh, they're quite good. Oh, you'll be in Carbondale? Oh, sweet, man. Enjoy the summer there. That's awesome, dude. Enjoy it. So, ultralight, like you can go super light, but part of the like weapon there is fitness. Like if you start a trail not fit, it's like you like literally can't hike all day, particularly on like something like the Appalachian Trail. So like you'd actually be much better off if your pack was like a few pounds heavier, just with warm clothes, because you're gonna have to, like, if you're out of shape, you're gonna have to take like half your day or more of breaks, especially on the East Coast, because it's like your body just can't do, like, you just don't wake up and you're like, I can do a 25 today. Like the people that can go
like, no.
yeah,
No,
like
you
the people
can't.
that can go the lightest also tend to be like, and do it to the best like of their ability, also tend to be like quite fit, because like if you're cold, you just keep walking, like, kind of thing. Or I knew
Yeah.
somebody who brought this like tiny shelter and like was so proud. He had this like little tiny like A-frame Dyneema tarp, and I was like, oh my god, what do you do in a shelter? It like barely fit him. I was like, what do you do in a storm? He's like, I just pack up and start walking. And I like literally saw him a couple days later, and he like passed me, and I just laughed, because I was like, it was a storm. I know he just had to like like get up and start walking in the middle of the night because like his shelter was
It's
too
just,
small.
like, carry 5 more pounds. Like, I see what you're saying.
I don't know.
understand.
It's interesting too, cause like I mean, we'll talk about this like more in depth. We should really make like a video about this in general. Like I'm right now for sure my pack. I'm on too far on the other side of the spectrum. It's kind of funny, but I provide comedic relief with how to other hikers for how big my backpack is. But it depends what your goal is too. Like a lot of people like the philosophy of ultralight is pitched so hard, but like not everybody is trying to break a record on the trail, and a lot of it is like psychology, like a little bit like honestly like spending like $400 more to save like 3 ounces in your tent. I mean, good on you, I get it, like whatever, if you can afford it, that's not a big deal, but like it doesn't matter that much. Like 3 ounces is like, I don't even know, like you could just a positive mindset will save so much more weight than that. But anyway, but the focus tends to be really like that. And some of it's like more of a show thing, like how light my pack is, or people have like really little packs. And it's kind of like, you know, oh, that's cool. It's kind of a cool factor a little bit. And people also like to brag about like how many miles they do and stuff like that. But anyway, I mean, I'm more out here for the fun. I do support all strategies though, because I know some people like, get really mad like at people that go super fast. But to me, it's like if you wake up and want to hike 40 miles every day, like all the power to you. You know, I'm not going to be like stop and smell the roses, but like also I admire people who do like 5 miles every day too. I mean, whatever, or 0, and like to just hang out. I mean, there's no like wrong way to do it. You know, we tend to have these weird assumptions in our head, but everybody kind of does their own thing. It's all good.
Yeah.
Not really against it. Anyway, so something else is the big topic of the day today, and that is hiker boxes.
Yes.
So hiker box is a box, or in this case there's like 5 boxes. They actually have a pretty big hiker box here. They have it divided into, it's not really divided, like I don't know, maybe people can't read English or something on the signs, but there's like
there are a lot of international people.
but there's like one for clothes, like 'cause a lot of time places like when you do laundry, you actually don't wash like literally everything. Like you either hang out in your rain gear, or I've seen girls just wear like buffs as like tops or something. Have you done that ever? Yeah. And then like, or you like you're in your rain gear or whatever, because you really want to wash absolutely everything, because it's not like we have a ton of spare clothes or anything. So there are, or maybe you just brought too many clothes and the next person could have it. Basically, all of the boxes are like leave something, take something. You can leave whatever you want. You can take whatever you want. There's no rules. You can take everything in the box. Like, I mean, you know, maybe be a little greedy if there's like 40 hikers and you're the only one, but not really. I mean, it's first come, first serve. So, the hiker box here, we've checked it like 5 times today.
We've gotten something every single time. Like these.
Yeah, these are
got these
like
today.
we got all sorts of fancy stuff. We got
I got like 20 packets of Starbucks instant coffee.
yeah, which is quite
So
expensive.
That's like $20. I'm really excited.
So yeah,
about that.
so that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we got some like tuna packets, and this stuff is all like unopened, like brand new. It's
There was conditioner.
yeah. Remember yesterday, Elizabeth was a little disappointed that hotels not having conditioner. I found some conditioner in the morning.
That's how you know when a hotel is designed by a man.
Because there's no conditioner.
Yeah.
I think probably they're just trying to save money too, though.
But like, whatever. It doesn't matter. We found some in the hiker box, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yo, we should try. Do you have your phone?
Over here.
Yeah. Never mind. It's not set up.
Okay.
But that's okay.
Maybe tomorrow.
Man.
I'm sorry. Is that my fault?
No, it's okay. It's
Okay.
okay. So anyway, the hiker box. Yeah, today we found all sorts of good stuff. We found these, which are like I find these to be so good. These are like
They're like dehydrated
cinnamon,
apple crisp.
but they're usually like really expensive. Like I love them, but I can never justify them because it's like $8 for like a tiny bag like this.
This is like one snack.
But it's
on the trail.
But it's so good. So what happens is, I mean, a couple things happen in town. Like some people, it's like that psychology, right? Of like I must be absolutely as light as possible. I don't want to carry 1 extra ounce. Like, cause I was talking to her about like the Starbucks packets. Cause I was like, they don't really weigh like anything. Like literally, probably like
Maybe people just didn't like them or something.
But then I was thinking too, like we also have found like like you kind of in the desert, especially it's been hot the past week or so. Like so, you want to leave camp fast a lot of times, and water sources are like pretty spread out. So maybe they just haven't been having water
Yeah.
or haven't been having coffee because it
Water.
kind of keeps you at camp for longer,
Yeah.
and you don't want to use your water necessarily. You just want to like you want to drink your water like for other stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But I have no idea because those things are really expensive and they weigh nothing. Or maybe someone who doesn't drink that much coffee got like a care package from their family.
Yeah. True.
And a lot of times too, like I'm sure it'll happen to us to some degree, like because we kind of packed our packages. It's not like we made our boxes like this is the exact amount of days and time and like we kind of so we might toss some stuff in there too. Like we got a packet of ramen. We got what else did we get? We got some more stuff too, right? Like a anyway,
I don't know, snacks,
basically like good food. Oh, we got some like raw like honey packets, some of the
yeah.
high end honey packs. We got this like bone broth stuff that like
yeah. I'm
adds
excited to
calories. Have you had it before?
Mm-hmm.
You have?
It's good. Yeah.
So, I mean, we're excited because we can just add something like that. It's like 10 grams of protein to our ramen or whatever, or every meal, or any meal really. And it's like, it just adds salt and some protein. So it's like, we'll take that. It's nice because you can get stuff that you like wouldn't normally buy.
Right.
Or just like random stuff. Like, I've seen really, like, if you're on a super crazy budget, like, I've seen people like try to just go based on hiker boxes. And depending where you are, man, it's a real strategy. Like, to be honest, in Kennedy Meadows, like, almost everybody gets too much stuff sent to them. Like, we probably will too. So, like, people just dump their box. Like, so if you just sit in, like, an area near the hiker box and just watch as the people dump and then just go right after them, it's a little scummy. But I've definitely seen it done.
Yeah. Respect, though. I respect the hustle.
Yeah, but like, I mean, we've checked it every time we've gone by and gotten something almost every time.
Like, we had to go run an errand to the post office earlier, and he was like, "Can we go to the post office? Can we go to the post office?" And I was like, "Do you just want to go to the hiker box?" And he was like, "Yeah."
That's an exaggeration of the story, but whatever. I'll go
Not
with that.
really.
I'll go with that. That's funny. So.
Am I wrong though?
I didn't just want to go there, but I was excited to go to the hiker box.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I also went. I got a tripod though. Very exciting. So anyway, that's hiker box, and that's where like. But it turns out good though, because you can just kind of supplement yourself, especially in a town like this where. While the grocery stores are decent, like some of the stuff is just absurdly priced. Like I don't know,
Like one packet of tuna was like $2.25.
Is that a lot?
I feel like it is.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe not these days, but I feel like that's like a 99-cent item. I don't know.
Well, at
And then
Walmart, we have kind of been realizing too. Everywhere we shop, we're actually really glad that we made boxes. Probably almost wish we made more in some ways.
Bouillon cubes.
Mm,
I've never used those hiking.
yeah, I don't know. I've heard of people using them hiking or whatever. I don't know. Might be good to try sometime. Some bouillon cubes. Let's see. What else? So then, basically, we dropped off our laundry and we went into town for a minute. We were going to go to the library, but the library was closed. I kept trying to update our website. The website looks embarrassingly bad because it can like barely be updated on a cell phone. And that's all we have. So I was actually quite excited because the library supposedly has computers you can use and stuff like that. So I was actually pretty excited to go to the library so I could just fix the embarrassingly bad website. But they're closed on Mondays. Bummer. We had contradictory hours, but we did go check, and they were indeed closed. But that's okay. We ended up hanging out at the coffee shop for a while. What do we do for protein or carbs?
Carbs isn't really an issue, right?
Well,
We
carbs.
eat a lot of carbs.
Carbs, to be honest, yeah, isn't too bad because we have a lot of. I mean, to be honest, candy, just like straight up. I think in this environment is the only time where it's really like acceptable to eat the quantity of candy that we do. Like as we're
like
brushing our teeth.
Quick energy.
Yeah, because it's like quick energy. Like I know some people will still argue like sugar is like an up and then a crash, but I think your body, like for a lot of people, I certainly do. I mean, I think you do too. Really, we'll both crush some candy and just want like you just crave sugar. Like the out here, I do anyway. Do you find you crave sugar?
Yeah.
Hiking? Yeah, for sure. So a lot of candy because that's also the cheapest way. I mean, to be honest, I'm pretty convinced like a Cliff Block, while maybe there's a few like a couple extra grams of salt in it, like it's pretty much a gummy bear in a cute. It's not
Yeah.
even it's not even in a
And
cool
it's
form.
an expensive gummy
Yeah,
bear.
and it's not even shaped like a bear.
Yeah.
At least the other ones are shaped like a bear. Like I
It's not
literally
even
think,
fundy.
yeah, I literally think it's like pretty much the exact same. Like there's really
Yeah.
no difference other than more expensive, tastes slightly worse, and not in a cool shape like a gummy bear or a twin snake or a sour sketty or a. There's so
What's
many.
a sour sketty?
It's like that spaghetti sour. It's spaghetti. You never heard that? It's
No.
Haribo.
Oh.
Oh, dude, I'll have to get you some. You've
Yeah,
had twin
okay.
snakes though, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Man, for a while they used to have. I don't know if anybody's familiar with Gushers. I think most people are familiar with Gushers, like fruit snacks, a little bit of. So for a while, like 3 or 4 years ago, they had these candies out that were like Gushers, but like kind of more candy-like with stuff inside of them, with like juice in them. They were so good. I think it failed because it was like juice-filled bugs. Doesn't sound the most appealing to like
Yeah.
most people.
Like,
I loved them though. I was like trying to keep them in business, but I don't think my volume of purchases was enough to really was enough to keep up.
that's a
Keep
bummer.
up with it, yeah, because there were several brands that came out with them. Like they figured out how to make it cheaply or whatever, but it failed. I think. We are in a pretty good candy era, though. I appreciate that people are freeze drying it. We tried freeze dried candy for the first time yesterday. Was that your first time?
Yes.
At the good old farmers market, which was a little sad, really, just because there was like nobody there. There was like a few
And
vendors.
it was like, yeah, it was sad. And there were like 4 or 5 stalls selling just pastries, and they were all the same. And I was like, maybe like, I get it that you guys
I
are like
know.
specializing in this, but also like seems like maybe not the place for everyone to be selling their sourdough
I
all at
know,
once.
but
I don't know.
And it was kind of like just awkward because they all wanted to sell to us, but we didn't necessarily want to buy.
Yeah.
One girl kind of made a deal, and we bought some focaccia that was pretty good, and I think that was a good deal too.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty tasty.
Anyway, in terms of protein, what do we do for protein?
So protein. So this is one that's like
it's quite hard to do. I'm
this
sure.
is one that's really hard. Like I was excited. I think we ended up getting like 3 total tuna packets for free, which was nice. I think I got some beef jerky actually. I don't know where that went. Do you know where it went? We grabbed it though, right? Beef jerky sometimes, but like it's so expensive. Again, like these places, like stuff like that is just like I feel like beef jerky is one of those touristy things. It's just so expensive.
And they really don't put very much in the bag.
Yeah, exactly. And I get beef jerky. I mean, beef is expensive in general, and then if you're dehydrating it, like it's gonna be more expensive because it weighs so much less. We did buy a bunch of beef jerky and put it in our resupply boxes, or a decent amount,
nice,
so that's nice. I actually have some whey protein, and I'm gonna start having that. I actually dumped a bunch in a hiker box because I messed up. I had it at my house, and I was gonna distribute it into a bunch of hiker boxes, or excuse me, a bunch of R boxes. But I forgot, and then I opened up this last box, and I was like, there's like 6 bags, and I was like, there's no way I'm carrying like 3 pounds of whey protein. But I got a little like container that I'm gonna shake in the morning and just chug down some whey protein powder. Whey protein is like dollar for dollar. I think that's probably the cheapest way to get protein. It's kind of disgusting though, with mixed with water, but
Yeah, it's gross.
yeah, like at home we make smoothies with fruit and stuff, like, and it's like not the best thing, but it's still pretty good to start like have a real high protein breakfast or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we have for protein?
Well, I was gonna say I looked for the Carnation breakfast essentials, but they were sold out of all the powder.
Oh, really?
Today. Yeah.
Did we save all those from my house?
Yeah, but they're in boxes at my mom's.
Oh,
so we'll
okay.
get them eventually. And maybe next time we are at a grocery store. But
Yeah.
dude, my tramline called them Carney Brekkie Essentials, and that is forever in my brain how the Carney Brekkie. But
Carnation breakfast essentials, yeah, which are pretty good.
They have like some protein in them,
Yeah.
I think. And I like to mix those with coffee, and that's just like breakfast.
Yeah, and we've been trying to stay like a little bit healthier. Like we take a multivitamin, and which I don't know. I've read about multivitamins where people just say you just pee most of it out anyway instantaneously. But I think out here when we're not really eating a complete diet, like it's good. We also have some like dehydrated vegetables, like almost like a vegetable soup mix, which is like
Yeah.
pretty good as long as we add.
We put that in pretty much every dinner.
Yeah.
Like in some capacity.
As long as we have the right quantity, like sometimes it's too much, I find, like a little bit maybe, but it's pretty good. It's like not bad, and then at least we're in theory getting. I mean, I don't know what happens to the nutritional supplements of a.
Instant, yeah, okay, try instant pudding, 600 calories per pack. need powdered milk though. That's so good. I did that on the AT quite a lot. Powdered pudding.
Okay.
And you just like put it in a jar with the instant milk and water and shake it, or at least that's how we did it.
Okay.
And it's really good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good idea. So, yeah, 600 calories per pack sounds awesome too. And then I'm trying to think what else has protein really. Like
Granola bars, protein bars have some protein.
Yeah.
I feel like I read somewhere that that's like it's not a complete protein. Like
Yeah.
it's like supplements.
No,
with protein.
I've read that too.
Yeah.
There's like that supposed like there's like that Kodiak pancakes or whatever. I don't know. There's some protein that's like supposedly trash protein. It's tough to really like understand nutrition. I feel like it's one of those things. It's almost like politics. People have really strong opinions, but like tend to like not read that much on it. Like myself, you know. So it's tough to really get. And different people seem to react so differently to different things.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. But we do try, and I have no shame at the hiker box grabbing some free stuff and some packets of stuff that I like that I didn't get. I don't know. Also, salt is really important. Like here in the desert, like you know, you kind of break a lot of the rules hiking. Like you kind of want,
A lot of salt and sugar.
yeah, like tons of salt. Really, like is it because I don't know why it's like oh you want to be low sodium, but like no way out here because you're losing like I've been telling you guys I drank like 9 liters of water 2 days ago, and then the day before that I drank like 7, and the day before that I drank, so I need to have more salt to go along with that. I don't think it's necessarily like the healthiest, so and I get that. I mean potato chips and stuff are pretty good. I don't know.
Salt.
We like literally have salt
yeah.
packets. We're adding salt, like ramen. I think we like it so much.
Ramen's quite salty.
It's so good, but also just has so much
You have,
sodium.
like salted nuts and stuff like that. That's like they have some protein in them.
Yeah,
And-
nuts have a lot of protein
Yeah.
actually. That's true. That's a good
But-
call.
Yeah. It's hard to get the protein in.
Ziploc. Like, are you saying put the instant pudding in a Ziploc?
Oh yeah, because then you could put the powdered milk in the
Yeah, that's true. It
like
won't get
divide
dirty.
it up. Yeah, that's a good idea.
That was one of our fails today. So, well, one of our biggest gear failures was me. I lit our I lit our scraper on fire.
Or
So
like our bowl scraper.
So it's hard to keep stuff clean. I mean, we have had the idea thrown out of like we could just use Ziploc bags and dump boiling water in those. Which honestly, maybe we should try that. I don't know.
We could try it for sure.
We could try. Maybe we could divide it and then we each have our own like little meal or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But anyway, the scraper I have actually works pretty well. It weighs like nothing. Of course, if you don't burn it. It's the first time I've ever burned one of them. I was like, why is the stove making a weird noise? Then it's like literally like a plastic fire underneath it of the scraper.
Inhale those microplastics.
So it's essentially like a spatula with like a hard side and like a soft side on it. But I find you can really scrape around and it's not bad. It's not really like gross or anything to like do that. Like you get, as long as you do it fairly quickly. But the problem we're having now is we don't want to waste tons of water and like boil it to like clean it out. So really it's just gross because there's like remnants of stuff in there, and we don't have a scraper. And we went to the outfitter, and while they did have $50 titanium chopsticks, which is interesting, though I don't think I'd ever buy them, they didn't have a scraper, but that's okay.
They had like every other product you could ever want though.
For like weird food things that I was like looking at, I was like, gosh, I know they had several different like varieties of like reusable camping chopsticks, which was interesting to me. I'm not against that. I mean, maybe just more people use chopsticks than I think. I don't know. I think it's more novelty, right? No, I don't really see that much.
Easier to clean, maybe.
Chopsticks? Yeah,
Than a spoon.
that's fair.
Yeah.
So we didn't get that at the outfitter. The outfitter here was nice. It was quite small, but they had a lot of
really
stuff.
good variety of stuff. Though.
Yeah. I always respect an outfitter if they have Western mountaineering. That's kind of my minimum bar. It's so expensive though.
It's a crazy minimum bar to have.
Well,
So Aspen of you.
So Aspen. No, I just like really quality gear, you know? I don't know. Like I think a sleeping bag, something to be sleeping in, is worth investing in. Although the trend has been more towards like Enlighten equipment, kind of more budget and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't think it's as warm. Sleeping bags are so weird in general. I mean, this is a whole nother gear topic I could go off on, but like because temperature ratings are just like a lie. It's just an arbitrary number. There is like a rating system that's like official that they use in Europe and stuff, but we don't adopt that. So like a 20-degree bag, I don't know. Sleeping bags have kind of like this impossible trinity. You ready? The impossible trinity is price, weight, and warmth.
Okay.
Right, so you can't have all three be optimal because if you have low weight and high warmth, the price is going to be high. If you have low price, you know what I mean. So you can have two of the three really.
Okay. I see.
So, but you can't have them all.
Yeah, that's a good lesson for life, though.
And I don't know. What do you think about? I think both of us actually are not fans of quilts.
I've never really tried a quilt, but I think I'd be quite cold in a quilt.
Yeah, it's just because I think quilts are really good for like 3 season if you're within those three. But as soon as you start approaching the borderline of like when it gets colder, they're just so much draftier. It's like it kind of reminds me of it makes me think of like when I sleep with a tarp. Like if I have a tarp, like an A-frame tarp with like an internet, man, when it is hot in the summer, that is my favorite shelter by far. Even though it's a pain to set up sometimes, it's like totally worth it because it can just be so like airy and everything and nice, but then as soon as it's like cold, you're like much colder for the same like reason.
Yeah.
So quilts are kind of like that. I do get it, you save a little bit of weight, but again, that's one of those things. Then it starts getting colder, and like if you don't stay within those like really strict kind of 3 seasons, or really more like a 2.5 season kind of temperatures, then you start getting cold really. So sleeping bag's more versatile. You start getting cold, so you have to add more like clothes and stuff like that, or maybe some booties. But anyway, sorry, that's a random side tangent, which is my favorite thing, apparently. So let's see. We chilled at the coffee shop pretty hard for like several hours, really.
It's like a couple hours, yeah.
Couple hours, but it was pretty cool. I
was so productive there. I go to a coffee shop and I lock in. I'm like, focus mode, 5,000. You know, that's what I did.
I respect you.
I pumped out some vlogs. I did some other random tasks. I like canceled a bunch of subscriptions and stuff.
I'm like a dog looking out the window or on a walk, like, and they're willing to risk their lives for like a leaf slightly moving, like floating in the wind.
Blake
so I'm
really
like,
struggles. I felt like I had my son on like a teacher work day or something.
No, I mean I was fine there.
Yeah.
It just after a while I was kind of like, well, because we were paying for here, so I'm like, why? Part of it was I just didn't have anything to drink, and I just refused. I had nothing like that appealing. I didn't really want an $8 smoothie. It would have been good though.
I would have bought you an $8 smoothie.
I always want a smoothie, really,
No.
but they're too expensive, kind of. I like smoothies, everybody, if you're out there. I'm a smoothie fan, like a nice, very fruity smoothie. I love them, and the good fruits.
If it's ice cream, the better. Like more ice cream, the better. I feel like you're like a milkshake smoothie person. Or do you like just plain smoothies?
What do you mean? Like I love my ideal smoothie is like fruit plus some juice.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I don't know. Sometimes like the protein powder add on or whatever is good. Like my ideal smoothie was like the smoothies we had at my house, but like without the protein powder, really.
Oh, gotcha.
Honestly, that's my favorite.
Like a smoothie king.
Yeah, I just want fruit and like juice in it.
Cool.
Yeah,
I'm glad we talked about that.
Yeah, I'm glad about it too. So,
Can you do me a favor?
yeah,
Can you hand me the gum?
sure.
I like bit the inside of my lip and now I can't stop chewing on it, so I'm gonna do this
I'm
instead.
sure everybody will love to hear the chewing of the gum.
I'll be quiet. Sorry.
No, don't be
This is
sorry. I'm just
disgusting.
curious. No, it's not. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. To be honest, I'm just giving you a hard time. So, and I'm sorry.
I forget you.
Now you're gonna be self-conscious about your chew volume. It's okay. So anyway, we hung out at the coffee shop. I mostly had my earbuds in, so didn't really have like tons of conversations with each other. Oh, another funny thing is like our outfits. Like I have like this button-down shirt that looks very, even though they actually pitch it as like a hiking shirt, it looks very like kind of overdressed, which is kind of why I like it. And I have these khaki like trail pants on, which are just like trail pants, but they can kind of pass. But I am wearing Crocs, and then it was just funny because it's like hard to tell that we're PCT hikers.
Yeah, we didn't really like look like hiker trash.
Like, of course, with our, like, yesterday, we had our backpacks on, we had our shorts on, we were disgustingly
Covered in
dirty,
dirt, yeah.
like, so we were obviously PCT hikers, but today, for most of it, it was like, I don't even know, we could, like, blend in, we could have
Yeah.
been, people probably just trying to determine whether we were PCT hikers or not. So anyway, um, so let's see. We hung out there for a while, and then we went to the grocery store again. Very exciting. I got some fruit, and this kind of commenced the eating competition part of our day off. So we bought a lot of food yesterday. So now it's kind of a game of like, can we finish it all? I was also hungry too. I
Mm-hmm.
wanted liquid. I basically wanted water and food. That was why I wanted to leave.
Yes.
I wasn't like super unhappy
Our
there.
basic pyramid.
Yeah.
What is it? Maslow's pyramid of needs.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
Hierarchy.
Yeah,
Where's,
so there's
where's
like
food and water on that?
it's like all the way at the bottom.
Mhm.
Basic needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, for like survival needs, I think is what it is, or something like that.
Dude.
But I don't know. And then once we get that, self actualization right around the corner. So anyway, so we went to the grocery
I can't wait to
store.
self-actualize.
Do you think you have enough food for the next few days?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have some food too. I'm gonna try a new strategy. Although, to be honest, I'm not really set up well. I should have gotten other. I'm I'm just purchasing plastic bags. Like I kind of forget. I get a little disorganized in my food bag. Stuff gets all the way down at the bottom of it that I like never get to. I need to like ration myself like per day and like force myself to eat exactly what is in there. Sometimes I'm not hungry, but then I find my energy drops. Like I need to like kind of force myself to eat through the day. So I'm trying to figure out a system for that. It's kind of funny. All of these hiking things are so simple sounding, but actually like fairly complex in the real like thing. It's also really funny. We were talking today about how myself and Pip are like it's so different. It's almost hard to like understand like because like I drank like 9 liters of water the other day. How many liters did you drink that day?
Like 3.5.
Yeah, which is insane. So like to me, I'm like I would be 3.5 liters on that day would be like, oh my god, I'd be like dying literally. So it's kind of hard. So it's interesting that we're like trying to learn about each other and our different like like I look at how much food she has for the next like 5.5 days, and I'm like, oh my god, she's gonna eat some of my candy.
You can say no. You can straight up say no.
Yeah,
And I won't eat it.
she's probably the easiest person to say no to. um,
Fair enough. Touche. You got me.
so anyway, that's funny though. So tomorrow we're facing like it's supposed to be windy. There's like a wind gust warning or something. I think the low tomorrow is supposed to be like 32 or something, or the next day up on the ridge, which I'm like excited about. It sounds amazing to me.
I'm gonna be so cold.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be so cold.
She's gonna be cold. So yeah, it's also funny too. Like frequently she's just like basking in the sun, even after like some days not, but other days for sure. Like it's like
I feel like, well, I mean, I do have like a circulation, not disorder, but I have this thing called Raynaud's, which is like it's a circulation, maybe it is disorder, I don't know. Anyway, I struggle to get circulation to my extremities, so like fingers and toes. But I wonder if that affects my entire body, because I feel like I get way colder than a lot of other people. I don't know. My mom said she will just keep staring at you until you share the candy. Resistance is futile.
Yeah, I know, and it's like, oh, this is plenty of food for me. Yeah, come on, we'll make this. And me with my 70-pound pack.
I'm trying to be encouraging.
No, I know. I appreciate you being encouraging. We're gonna try to eat dinners from my pack this time. It turns out Elizabeth had 0 dinners left, and I had 5.
We did eat from your bag once. We had the mac and cheese.
So anyway, we're learning all this. It's just funny. Elizabeth's a little sneaky sometimes, maybe.
Not intentionally, but it does work out in my favor.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
A little selfish.
We're all a little selfish. Remember Ayn Rand? Atlas Shrugged.
I feel like I'm very selfless a lot of times.
You are very selfless. I'm also selfless, though. We're both selfish and selfless.
Moving on.
Anyway,
We
can eat all of your dinners this time.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, it's kind of a funny dynamic we go through on the trail. Let's see. So So then the eating contest commenced. We had a lunch of hot dogs with it was so like funny about bread because bread was cheaper than hot dog buns, and we could use it for breakfast and stuff like that. We found some ketchup. Ketchup on most things like doesn't require refrigeration. This one says it does actually, but most funny known fact, many ketchups. I think although sometimes there's a switch away from sugar and stuff, so maybe there are more nowadays that like in the last couple of years that do require refrigeration, but a lot of ketchup does not require refrigeration. Crazy talk out there. We had ketchup and mustard all out. Wish the only thing we were missing is some relish, but that's okay. But they were good. Did you enjoy lunch?
Yeah, they were very good. Yeah,
That-
shout out to the Hiker Box for the ketchup.
Yeah, shout out to Hiker. Yeah, we bought mustard, but we got mustard and ketchup, so lucky us. And okay, so then the eating competition. We ate the rest of Elizabeth's birthday cake. Did you have a good birthday?
I had a great birthday. Yeah, very fun birthday.
Okay. And so we ate the rest of the cake. We what else did we do? I had these fruit cups. I ate some fruit cup. We watched what?
We watched daytime television.
Oh yeah, we did watch daytime television. What was her name?
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Tamron?
Tamron. Yeah,
Tamron?
Tamron something. So we watched daytime TV. There was an author that Elizabeth likes on there today, though.
Oh yeah, Emily Henry was being interviewed, and I was like, oh, I'll actually listen to this. She's like a romance writer. I'm not really a romance book kind of person, but I do really like her books a lot. They're quite good.
Cool.
And she just had a book come out that I read, and I will say it wasn't my favorite of her books, but it was a read that I read. It was a read that I read.
I hadn't read like a ton about that, or I hadn't read any of her things, but I respected it because she was like number one on the New York Times bestseller list like 6 times
Yeah, I
or
think
something.
all of her books have been New York Times bestselling.
And it's pretty impressive like nowadays because I feel like not that I mean a lot of people read but a lot of people don't read. There's so much competition from like all other forms of media and stuff like that, so it was cool to see that. My take on daytime TV, what I saw was the host Cameron, right, is that her name? Tamron. She agreed with everything the person said and then was like, that's great, and I was like, that's cool. She was like real positive.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's fun.
Yeah, and she was like she'd like clearly read the book and was like well informed about it. I
Yeah.
feel like sometimes people like it's clear that the host has like no idea who they're talking to, but no, yeah, it's funny that we're like dissecting this. But yeah.
We're trying to talk.
We're trying to talk, yeah. No.
Our whole thing is talking.
Plus
We sit here
1
in
point.
silence, it's awkward.
Yeah.
Plus 1 point for analysis.
Yeah, use mustard for muscle cramps.
What's
Interesting. Like
What-
put it on your muscle or like
Just,
eating it helps.
like chug a couple shots of it per day? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Curious.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Maybe we should keep the mustard.
So, yeah, the eating competition was on. We had some hot dogs. I ate the rest of the chips and salsa. We ate the cake. We still have 3 hot dogs. We did eat for dinner leftover pesto, pasta, chicken, which was quite good. Leftover, I thought. Quite good.
Yeah.
So we had that. We have this cute little outside patio thing. To be honest, this place is lovely. We're like right on a creek. Like last night we went to sleep listening to frogs like croaking. There's like a little trail down there. There's
a
like
koi pond up there.
yeah, there's a koi pond. There's like a cool like lobby lodge thing to hang out in, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like this place is quite nice. This town is quite nice too, to be honest. Like it's quite touristy, but like coffee shop is like level 10 on the trendy scale.
They had poppy. I was excited about that.
Elizabeth loves poppy. But I mean, I think it's pretty good too. I think they're really growing, to be honest. Like it's a pretty big.
It's blown up in the past like couple years. Yeah. Eat it. Okay. So mustard for
Muscle cramps.
interesting.
All right.
Good
Man,
one.
I got a cramp bad the other day just in my turmeric yellow mustard. Turmeric.
Turmeric. Yeah. Yeah, because turmeric is quite good for like inflammation or like
Yeah, that's true.
reducing inflammation.
Maybe we should get some.
Yeah.
So, trying to think what else I ate. Haven't I eaten more? I feel like yes.
We had the rest of the ice cream. There wasn't really very much ice cream left.
Yeah,
So maybe,
sadly,
maybe a third of the pint.
Not
left.
much ice cream. You know, we got free Ben and Jerry's Pints coupons. It's the best coupon, the only coupon I think I've ever been excited about. Really, I've always watched. Not that I've always watched them, but I've always seen. There's like that era of couponing or whatever, like those coupon shows where people like get paid money and they have like warehouses of like 6-year expired mac and cheese or something. But I
got
always
30 cents off. So
no, but they get like paid to do it. Like
they get paid to do it.
yeah, like they would
Honestly.
they would go and buy like $500 in groceries, and like the total would be like negative $18.
Can they do that? Can
Yeah,
they
because
give
you can
money
like
back?
because if you're really careful, you can go and like different companies have like days where they double or triple the coupon to like attract people to go there, and like you get it on sale. I don't know, dude. They have these techniques of doing it. It's like
Is that
insane.
like a full-time job for someone?
For some people, yeah. I don't know if it's like still a thing, but there were shows about it and stuff like that. To be honest, I thought it was cool because I was like, that'd be awesome to just get free food, really. But I have no and my stepdad Paul, shout out Paul. Well, he was always into couponing like a little bit, not on that level, but we for sure had a lot of Coca-Cola in our fridge or in the pantry.
It sounds like my dad.
Like some toothpaste or something. I mean, I'm shopping for a bargain. I couldn't believe the other day, man, we were buying playing cards.
Yeah, and I picked up the like traditional pack or what, like they're right there, the like OG playing cards, and you're like, those are like 40 cents more than the other ones.
No, they were like $3 more, and I was like, what's the difference?
Maybe $1 more. I don't know.
I thought it was more than that.
No.
All right, I thought it was more money than that. But anyway.
No. I was like, well, I want the ones that look like that. I don't know. I didn't want the Gin Aviation playing cards.
Yeah, I certainly waste a lot of money on a lot of things. I think everyone does, really. I'm just being honest. Like, different people spend their money on different things. That's fine. But I don't know. I'll buy cheap. I'll be cheap about a lot of stuff because I find I just don't care. This is where I struggle. I'll be honest with you guys. This is where I struggle at restaurants because I'm like just as happy today. We had like hot dogs like on bread, and it was really good, to be honest. Like I mean, I don't,
No, it was like actually.
Yeah, like I mean, dude. I mean, sure, lobster or filet mignon or something like steak. I do like a good like well cooked steak and
I
stuff.
feel like unfortunately we're similar in that way because like yeah. Like, yeah.
No, and same thing.
And I don't want to like discount because like people make careers out of being chefs and stuff, and there is really good food at restaurants, but also like the hot dog and the piece of bread was also really good.
And same thing this morning. Like, to be honest, the eggs, like the pans we're using here are like terrible. We don't have any oil or butter. I think it's more on that than the pans. But like, so the eggs stuck together. But like, that was pretty good, dude. I mean, honestly,
you just put salt on it. It's probably fine.
Yeah, we had like cheese, eggs, like on bread with avocado. It's like pretty good, dude. Like versus the, I don't know. So there's kind of a battle I have.
More of a foodie, but I'm really just.
Do you?
Kinda, because I feel like some people like really get into it, and it's like a hobby.
I don't know, but to me it kind of disappoints me because then sometimes they forget. Like I think it's hard for some of those people to still admit that like the cheapest hot dog on bread is like pretty good, dude. And then they're like, well, if I wish it was an all beef hot dog and the mustard I
guess if you
doesn't have enough mustard
really
seed.
quality food like all the time, maybe you can probably tell the difference.
I don't know.
Sure you can.
I think there's kind of a curse, like if you have a really good palate too, because you're probably like, I don't know, you taste stuff and it actually is gross, and whereas we're like, hot dog, cheapest ones, it's great.
Yeah, fair.
I don't know. But the other thing was quite good too. I feel like the pesto. I mean, yesterday especially when it was fresh, like the pesto chicken pasta. That was like really good.
Yeah, you've said this before, but I feel similarly. Like I struggle to order pasta at restaurants because I'm like not that I could make the same thing. Obviously, like people have like very specific sauce recipes and stuff, but like I could make pasta with sauce at home and it would be cheaper.
And probably like almost just as good.
Yeah.
So anyway, well, I guess we're kind of similar in that way. That's why I was so excited here, and like there was a campground to stay at. But to be honest, I don't know, dude, because you're in the campground and it's like you're probably gonna get bored at the picnic table, and that's gonna draw you into town, and then you're gonna buy meat. So there is a balance here, like in terms of that, because then you end up spending more time in town, and you're like kind of not forced to spend money, but there's a constant like a bit of a battle, like in terms of that, like, and then you're eating out Versus here, we made like one meal. We probably spent for, you know, I don't know. Today we spent like $12 on food total. Maybe a little more.
Like at the grocery store?
Well, in the
Coffee shop?
coffee shop, I'm thinking
Coffee
you
shop
probably
was
spent
a little
more.
bit more. It was like 15,
spent-
but I got 2 drinks and a banana bread. Yeah. I was thinking about it all day yesterday. I was like, I'm gonna get my matcha and I'm gonna get a little treat and I'm gonna get my poppy, and I was very happy. I'm glad I did that.
Fair.
Worth the money.
So then we went out once more and we like hung out here, took a nap, like basically chilled out like for a while. Went to the post office. You were able to get your like because she has some film cameras, right? Disposable camera. So taking some shots on that.
I need to get a new one. I was sad because this is like the most beautiful part of the trail, but I'd used all the whole roll by the time we got up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Super beautiful for sure here. Definitely beautiful area. Excited for more of it tomorrow. It is going to be a little cold. I'm not as excited about climbing up the insane hill. Hills seem to be my kryptonite, but going to be strong after a day off. This has been a good day off too. Really haven't hiked a ton or like moved around a lot or wasted a lot of energy today. So that's fantastic.
We should do some like yoga stretching after this.
I'm down for that. I'm going to do some yoga stretching, get my pack together for tomorrow so I kind of can sleep in and do minimal stuff tomorrow. We don't have a ride to the trail, but kind of just winging that because it seemed like
multiple people offered us rides yesterday. I feel like it should be.
That was on a Sunday though, which is a little bit like, you know, people are bored, so they'll come in. It seems like the one guy in the VW bus. I mean, I'm sure he seemed like a nice guy, but I think that's just what he was doing for the day.
Yeah, well, it's funny because he asked us 2 separate times, and I was like, "Is this man stalking us?" But I don't think he was at all. He was very nice, but it was just like funny coincidence. Like I was like, "Are we being followed?" But
Agreed.
no, he was nice. Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So let's see what else. So now, we had leftovers. We had leftover pasta with chicken for dinner. We had a little bit of ice cream. I don't know. I might try to crush another hot dog here in a minute.
I'm gonna have a tea.
You're gonna have a tea? That sounds good. I might check the hiker box again.
What's your favorite pastime?
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of fun because I feel like it's like on trail it's kind of like in life, right? Like you kind of the snacks other people have look better than your own, like sometimes, you know. So it's kind of fun because people just have random stuff. Like I love those like cinnamon apple chips or whatever and stuff like that.
Dude, we found Old Bay seasoning goldfish yesterday. I've never seen that, but I'm so excited to try them.
Yeah, I'm excited to try them.
It's gonna taste like a summer's day.
Yeah, I never really was like. I mean, I guess, I don't know, Old Bay, like, I can't think of it. It's like salt with a little bit of something else in it.
Almost like a Cajun seasoning, but I feel like we put it on, like,
Chicken,
like, shrimp or something. Like, it's definitely, like, a summer, like, potato chips sometimes. I put it on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's see. So what's coming up tomorrow? So tomorrow we're for sure leaving town, as long as we get a ride, I guess. Or unless something crazy happens.
We can just stay, like, 3 or 4 more days.
I know. It is it is tempting. It's so nice to go all these places. But, again, it is expensive and stuff like that. So we want to get out of here. We also want... well, no. So we're going up. We have about 6 days, 5.5 days or so to get to Big Bear. So far, in all of our estimates, we've like overestimated and thought we could do way more miles than before.
Old Bay seasons shrimp and other seafood. That's what I was thinking. Like a crab boil or something. Like a. Have you ever had one of those like southern shrimp boils where there's like potatoes,
they put newspaper out or whatever?
Yeah, potatoes and corn and shrimp and crab, and it's very good.
Minimally, not much, but it sounds good. Like Cajun food is very tasty. Man, I gotta be honest, I have no idea. Like, if somebody just gives me a full-on, like, crawfish or whatever, or shrimp, I don't know how to eat it, dude.
I mean, it depends on if the skin is on it, or if it's just the tail or whatever. But
well, just the tail, that's easy.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm terrible at See, but again, lobster, dude, it's okay. Like, to be honest, it's pretty good, but the effort and the cost, like, give me a freaking fish fry or something instead.
Give me a hot dog and a piece of bread.
I'm just saying, dude. I'm not against, like, I do like lobster and stuff, but it's such a pain, dude, and I'm not that good at it because I just haven't eaten it, like, that much.
Yeah.
I never lived near the ocean or.
I don't think I've ever had like a lobster in the tail, honestly.
Like really?
No.
You've only had it like taken out.
In like a lobster roll or like.
Oh dang!
Something like that.
You fancy? All right, or like if they just serve a fish, like a straight up fish, I was like, God, I'm such an idiot. I have no idea how to eat that.
My French family would have that all the time, and
Yeah.
I'd have to like pick all the little bones out for the kids, and I was like, this isn't worth it.
Well, see, I feel like that'd be good though, because you like learn how to do it. I feel like so
Yeah.
dumb. I got a fish one time in Greece. I was like, I have no idea. I'm like, am I supposed to eat the bones? I was so
I don't think
dumb.
you're supposed to eat the
I
bones.
think it depends. I think salmon you can eat the bone.
When you come back to NC, I'll do a low country boil with shrimp, and you will like it. It's so good, yeah.
That sounds
We should
good.
definitely do that.
That
yeah.
sounds amazing.
Mhm.
That sounds amazing. So anyway, our next town is going to be Big Bear Lake, or I don't know, Big Bear City. I think Big Bear Lake is what it's called. We're about like 90 miles away. Hopefully, we have not been overly optimistic. I kind of lowered our numbers, but we'll see. We do have one section where, oh gosh, I wish I remembered what the forecast was for it. It's like blowing, what was it?
Blowing dust spurts or something.
Blowing dust spurts or
Yeah.
something. It's like, oh my god, what does that even mean? So we do have this crazy section coming up where we have like 20 miles of downhill where I think we lose 7,000 feet of elevation. Like, and then it gets to, and then we like slow, and then of course there's like, we're at the desert bottom and there's like a 15-mile waterless stretch or something and like wind farms. So it'll be insanely windy and stuff. And then we go through this area, I think called Mission Creek, which apparently 2-3 years ago washed out a bunch of the trail. So we have to like just walk up the stream bed. It requires a little bit of navigation. To be honest, I'm excited about that. Because I just hear walking up the stream bed, I get to be wet in the desert. That sounds fantastic. Now, I mean, I like it when I don't have to carry a ton of water. Like, I feel like my pack without water is like at the limit, but like kind of fine. But then carrying a lot of water is like kind of what sends me over the edge a lot in terms of just like my stamina, particularly going uphill. But anyway, so we have a huge climb, and then again, Big Bear Lake. Big Bear is like I think that's where like the LA people go to ski. Like there's a ski resort there. I don't think it's a big one, but it's a Big Bear, and there's a lake. So obviously there's Big Bear Lake. And so that'll be good. I think it's a bigger town, so at least we'll have a grocery store. We can like a big grocery store, maybe a Walmart or something we can resupply at. I know most people like hate Walmart, but at the same time, it's definitely the cheapest. So we'll see what's there.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that'll be cool. So we'll see what happens. I'm trying to think what else is on the way, but we do have some. It's crazy to think we drop 7,000 feet down the mountain in like 20 miles. And then supposedly, I don't know, this section is like crazy because I think people say they get frustrated because there's so many switchbacks going down the 20 miles, but then there's these ominous warnings in the guidebook that are like, do not cut this switchback. People literally died doing it. And apparently it's one of the like steepest, like because it is 7,000 feet, it's like the most, what's the word I'm looking for? Like the distance in elevation from like the valley to the top of a peak. But it's some of the most in the country because 7,000 feet is like quite rare. Like most 14ers you climb, you're starting at like 10,000 feet or whatever.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like why can't I think of it? It's like the same thing as like Mount Sopris in Carbondale. Like it's like 6,000 feet you're looking at of relief. I don't think that's the word I'm like, but God bless you. But anyway, so that'll be cool though. We go all the way down to the desert bottom. Or
sometimes the downhills scare me more than the uphills.
Oh, I know. You go much slower on the
because I feel like if I fall, my back I can't recover. My backpack's gonna take me down. So it's like.
I know.
And then I fall and it kind of hurts a little bit.
I feel you on that. Although I am scared of falling in general. I have fallen once. Did we tell everybody about my fall? It was like terrible. I was stepping over a chain,
oh, no, we forgot to
and I just like my foot got caught, and I was just like bam.
It was hard to watch. I felt really bad for you.
But my backpack just takes me if I get way off balance. So it's definitely something I'm aware of and trying to be careful of, especially like last couple days, all those blowdowns and exposure. It's like, oh my god.
I hope it's a nice downhill and not a terrifying downhill.
No, I'm sure it will be. There's a water fountain at the bottom, and then but it says it's non-potable water, so that's nice though. water fountain,
Yeah.
middle of the desert.
Like what kind of water fountain are we talking about?
We'll have to see and share it with everybody. I don't know. Like, so, I mean,
Yeah, at least we've got something to look
a
forward to.
spigot that's not that you push a button instead
I'm
of a.
imagining like a Parisian fountain.
No.
Like a nice sculpted with like some Greek people, like Greek mythology figures.
Really?
I don't know. Or
Based
like,
on everything we've seen, water sources. That...
I just am trying. Obviously, I'm not really imagining that, but like, I don't really know what water fountain means. Is it like a school water fountain with like a button on the side?
Man, this is the anticipation that people
Yeah.
are waiting for.
Who knows?
So let's see, what else? Is there anything else you want to talk about or anything? Did we skip anything throughout the day? We were trying to find postcards. They're all expensive, kind of. Skipped out on that. Yeah, we went to the outfitter. They didn't have our scraper thing, but whatever. It's certainly not the end of the world. I think we're pretty well set for...
I got my security deposit back today, so that's cool.
I tried to call and get mine, but they didn't answer. So that's not cool. But it is what it is. I'm sure I'll get it back. Read an article on the trek about the descent. Interesting article dated May 11th, 2022. Helps give some perspective to the steepness and the challenges of it. Of the PCT or of the descent. I know.
Of the descent that we're about to go down. Is it really scary?
I don't think so. I think it's like I think it's just long, like really well. So I think people more complain about it just being like 'cause it's like, why is this 18 miles? Because you can see the bottom, but it's like 7,000 feet. You know,
yeah.
like it's like way better to have it. If you went straight down that.
Yeah.
God,
I don't mind walking in meandering lines for
it makes me
18
think.
miles if it's downhill.
There's this trail in the Grand Canyon called the Nankoweap Trail, which people claim. Some claim it's the hardest named trail in the Grand Canyon. Other people think it's North Bass. I'm a little torn. I've never fallen on North Bass, but I have fallen on Nankoweap. So I'm going to vote Nankoweap slightly harder. They're Grand Canyon guidebook writers. So, but anyway, it loses like 6,000 feet of elevation, and it's insane. And the first like few miles are like a traverse, like you barely lose any elevation, and that is insane. It's just so steep and like, but it's incredibly beautiful. I'd love to. We should go there.
Okay.
Nankoweap.
Nankoweap.
Yeah, and North. Oh man, we should do the full. We should do South Bass and North Bass. Really.
Let's just live at the bottom of the Grand Canyon.
Okay. I don't know. Well, I mean, yeah, there's pluses and minuses to that, but I'd be down to pursue it again.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty cool.
That article talked about how those folks broke it up into sections to make it easier to do. Okay. I don't know what the plan is for that.
They talk a lot about, there's a book that's quite popular right now called, like, I think it might be called Lost on the Pacific Crest Trail about, I really wouldn't recommend reading it. I did read it, like, very recently in the last, like, 3 weeks or so. And it talks about all the people that have gone missing on the Pacific Crest Trail and, like...
Yeah, maybe don't read that one, Mom.
Yeah, but anyway, it does talk about this area a lot, because I think several people have, like when it's really snowy, like a lot of the terrain we've passed, it's like you're traversing like very, like the trail itself is fine. It's like, sure, you're going uphill, but it's not like super steep, but it's like really steep, like side hill. So if you fell, especially if there was snow, like you would slide, it would be very challenging to like recover because it's like really steep for a long time. And then they talk about, again, the relief of it. It's like 7,000 feet. And it's like, it's such a weird combination of like, you have this beautiful forest up top, but then it's very like deserty, so it can be very hot. So you can really get in a lot of trouble. And it's just so huge. Like climbing 7,000 feet is like as hard as it gets anywhere.
When reading that book, I don't want to know those stories. That's what I said too. I think it's crazy that you listen to that like while we're doing the PCT.
There's a whole book called like Death in the Grand Canyon that like literally lists like it goes through like 500 deaths that have occurred like there because it's such a common place for death, like sadly. But yeah, I read that too. I don't know. I personally, it doesn't scare me. It just like tries to educate me. I mean, one of the good things about the book was no one has ever been killed by a bear or a mountain lion on the PCT.
That's cool.
Near the PCT, yes, but not on the PCT. so yeah, so we're fine. And then I don't know, but it's a classic example in my mind of like, it's like the news, you know, like they rarely like focus on like cute couple hikes the PCT this week, you know, like it's more like war is happening and like this is the war, or like, you know, like man committed horrible crime, you know? Like so they focus on the two to three or four or five anomalies over the whole Pacific Crest Trail versus all the people that have successfully hiked it and it's been fun.
I see.
You know
I
what
still
I mean?
think, yeah, I totally get. I get.
Yeah,
it,
but I wouldn't read it. I wouldn't
don't
read
think
it.
I could like handle reading that right now.
Okay.
Maybe
No, that's
after.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, after is probably good.
Yeah.
I think that's smart. What about on the Appalachian Trail? Did that ever freak you out? There's been like several murders at the shelters and stuff. Did people tell you about those?
Mm-hmm.
They did. And how did that make you feel?
Scared.
I know.
I don't want to get murdered.
I feel like
I'm scared of getting murdered like in normal life all the time.
I feel like the Appalachian Trail's crazy like that though.
Dude,
Because you run into so many like randoms. There's so many trailheads and stuff, and you're so
yeah.
like if you look at the bigger map, there's so many roads and stuff that are so close to the AT. It's like, oh my god. Like I think the average road crossing is like every like paved road crossing on the AT is like 3.6 miles or something,
Yeah.
or 4 point. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's not very far.
There's a lot of creeps out there.
Or just a lot more potential for weirdness. Like people, just weird people. Whereas here, it's like, sure, you can come out here, but it's like, do you want to hike 15 miles with no water? It's like, probably not.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
I'm
whereas
not gonna
AT,
murder anyone today.
AT, you can like not know what you're doing, and you like run into water, like, and
Yeah.
you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then there's like a shelter like 5 more miles, so.
I was talking to one of my bosses at work, like a higher up one, and he asked about the AT, and he was like, his first question was like, did you see any skinwalkers? And I was like, no, because I don't really know him that well. I was like, but maybe I should go back and maybe I'll see one. And I was like, why did I say that? Like, that's so weird.
At ski cap?
Yeah.
Huh.
And then I was like, well, it's weird that he asked that question also. I was like, why was
Yeah.
that the first question?
But that's always what people assume, right?
Yeah.
Like, the plot to so many, like, terror movies or books is, like, Alone in the Woods, you know?
Frankly, I didn't even, I was like, is that like a thing? People think there's skinwalkers on the AT?
my experience is more like you
That
meet
was
the
the first
nicest people in the backcountry for the
Yeah.
most part, like,
Yeah.
honestly.
There's
I
some
don't know.
scary people out there. I mean, my apartment in Aspen, Colorado got broken into this year. Like, I feel like my chances of getting murdered aren't that, it's not that crazy.
Okay.
I don't think I'm gonna get murdered. but the chance is there, you know? You never know.
The chance is there.
Sorry, Mom.
Oh my god. This is like they're gonna they'll watch these videos and be like, this is what happened.
This is gonna be on our Dateline episode.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding.
No, but I don't know. To be honest, I think the biggest danger we face so far really is like just steepness. Like some of the places, if we fell, like you could probably hurt yourself pretty bad. If you're by yourself and nobody passed for a few hours, like it might be pretty dangerous. But otherwise, I don't know. You'd probably get rescued in a helicopter and be fine.
Yeah. Yeah, most people who I feel like get into trouble are usually end up okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think it's helpful to read and focus on the terrible things, but being aware and safe is always a good thing. So just do that. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I remember
Good point.
I read like a book called The Culture of Fear, and it was just talking about how like with the spread of the internet and like news and like just having access to everything, like while on one hand it is really good, like really the thing that gets ratings is all about like fear and stuff like that, like and like stuff that is bad. So I don't know, I really like that book because it was just talked about how we like create it and focus on it so much, but like it's like really they were arguing that it's like bad for us because like we shouldn't live in like most of the time you're
Yeah.
fine, like
Yeah, for
we
sure.
focus so much on like the being scared. But that said, I'm not really trying to read those books. I mean, I guess I did read it.
It sounds like you are, but I get it. Like it's good to be like informed about all the potential.
I was just interested because there's like search and rescue too, so they're talking about different search and rescue techniques. Like the woman who wrote it, there's that book Oh Ranger, have you read that? Or whatever, like Ranger Stories. That's another one I probably wouldn't read on trail. It's along those similar veins, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just kind of like interested, like to see like what happened or whatnot.
I'm gonna stick to Pillars of the Earth, I think.
Yeah, dude, Pillars of the Earth is where it's at. Everybody,
Yeah.
Pillars of the Earth. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
It is. We had a discussion about it yesterday because I was like, I think the audiobook is like 40 hours of listening, and I was like, what could they possibly talk about for 40
Yeah,
hours?
I think the regular book is like 1,100 pages or something.
And I was just like, because it's basically just talking about like characters in their lives, like nothing crazy has happened yet, and I was just like, what are they gonna talk about? But
Yeah.
then Blake explained it to me, like what the
Nothing's crazy has happened yet except someone got hanged.
Someone got hanged. Yes, that's true. That was the first thing that
Uh,
happened. But after that, it's just kind of like people living their lives in like
Yeah.
in medieval England. But Blake explained that it's kind of like a good insight into what life in the 1300s in England would be like. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's interesting. It's like a historical fiction.
I think it's awesome. I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it.
I like the storytelling. Like I like the writing style so far.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. Yeah.
So,
It moves. It has a quick pace to it. I think.
yeah. All right. Well, I think we might take off. Let's see. I'm trying to think of like any concluding remarks. Anything you want to say? Oh my God, I got a selfie stick. It's awesome. Elizabeth is so embarrassed. I like already put my phone on it and was
Well,
like, dude, remember how I was I was like, oh no, I can't go vertical. It's vertical. I think I can also do it. I think what I do, I think you match it with Bluetooth and then you press the button and it takes a picture.
Oh.
Or starts the video.
Cool.
I've never had. I don't. Well, that's not true. But I have a selfie stick now, and I can embarrass us.
He did open it like in public. We were in like about to walk into this coffee shop, and he like had it out and was like taking videos. And then I was like ordering at the coffee shop, and he like put it like in front of my face. I was filming, and I was just like,
No, don't do it.
"What are you doing?" But I am happy that we have 2 tripods now. That's exciting. Yeah.
Be careful and stay safe. Good night. Good night, Mom.
Good night.
So anyway, that's our day off. That's such blabbing for 15 hours about our day off. Again, tomorrow we're gonna get back on the trail, hike back up the Devil's Slide Trail, and then go from there. It's been awesome in Idlewild. I mean, I think we're just trying to relax for the rest of the night. Got a couple errands to like put stuff away. Can also delay some of that till tomorrow morning. And I don't know. I'm happy. Is there anything else you wish you got out of your birthday time off trail or
No.
anything?
I feel like that was very restful and like ideal 0 days just really doing nothing. So you have an eyelash. I'm gonna get it for you.
Thank you.
Do you want to make a wish on it?
Yeah.
Okay, go. Cool.
Um.
But no, it was a very good good day.
Yeah.
Good night. Have a peaceful evening. Thank you.
It
Mom.
was a
You
good
too.
day. Yeah, and again, it's kind of interesting because I feel like some instances like this, because people might be watching and be like, oh, you're in a hotel. But I actually think in a lot of ways it can be cheaper. Like, if you stay in the campground, you end up moving around more, like, especially if it's cold or hot, and then you're going inside, and then you're forced to buy stuff.
Like, we only bought 1 meal out, and we were here for 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. I love, this is my ideal. This is close to my ideal. This is not 100% my ideal. 100% my ideal is a much larger, cheaper grocery store right next door. And maybe like slightly more stuff in the kitchen would be my like absolute
This
dream.
is quite a nice setup for the kitchen though. Like I'm very happy
Yeah.
that we were able to like cook a bunch of meals and stuff.
Oh, it's so nice, dude. Because I enjoy cooking, and I'm not like a super crazy chef or anything, but it's fun. It's fun to cook. I like it. It's fun to save the money, and yeah, we get to have breakfast again tomorrow together. The eating contest is going to continue after this. I might have a hot dog.
I think
right now.
I want to try the Old Bay goldfish.
Really?
Like I just want to
Yeah.
sample.
See what it's like. Should you try them right now on camera?
Sure.
So, tell the people what they're missing
Yeah,
here.
this is prime time content.
So, but this is a great spot overall. I think if it were my birthday, I would be happy to be here.
Say I had a very nice birthday day and day after.
Life is
This
good.
is
What
my boxing day.
cool town. All right, so show everybody what we got here.
We've got the Old Bay goldfish. I've never seen these before, but maybe I'm just like behind or something, like behind on the
What does it
snack
say?
trend. It
The
says
irresistible way to Old Bay.
is
is-
on goldfish crackers.
All right, so this is it, you guys. I know. Maybe we should start doing food reviews.
Yeah, we're the
shorts?
people that do food reviews.
No,
for
but like on funny stuff like Old Bay goldfish,
Today
like
we have
hiking.
a hot dog on bread.
I actually think that might be good.
Yeah.
Hiker trash.
It smells like shrimp cocktail.
All right. Can I try?
It's good.
It's good. Wow. Listen to
This
that.
is good.
All right, I'm gonna have 3 at once. Try one.
This would be good with like in like a Bloody Mary or something.
It's good.
Yeah, it's
It's kind of strong. I got a strong
different.
one.
Yeah,
It's good. It's strong.
it tastes like Old Bay. No, I like.
Dude, you want to try to do that?
Sure.
We could easily make. I don't know if anyone thinks that's a good idea. Maybe we'll throw some shorts up. I enjoy watching food reviews, to be honest.
Same.
I like watching like ones that aren't that detailed though. To be honest, I think it might be funny to do a hiker trash like food review.
This tastes like food.
No, this is good. I mean, it's nice. It's salty. It's Old Bay-y. It's
The
it's
first
goldfishy.
ingredient says made with smiles and enriched wheat flour.
That's pretty cool.
That's cute.
That is cute. Limited edition goldfish Old Bay. I'm a fan. All right. So anyway, we will hopefully see you guys tomorrow night. I just say hopefully, like just in case anything technical happens. But man, we got tripods. We got happiness. We're gonna be back
Yeah.
on the trail.
Old Bay
We're gonna be up
goldfish.
high. Life is freaking good, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful evening and love you all.
Good night. Bye.
And hold on, because it's gonna take a minute to log off here.